Okay. Offshore tax evasion, that was a little bit discussed earlier, except for in this case, it's a matter of citizens and other countries. And again, it's a matter of we need everyone to pay their fair share, and we can't have the ultra wealthy, the one percenters, aka the political class, getting away with such trash that trashes the country, trashes the world, trashes the citizenry. Um, American heroes. Um, this is a matter of teachers, of caregivers, of employers, of people who truly care for those in need. And this is something that it goes across all of the spectrum. There isn't anyone that would say, no, this is ridiculous, you're not going to do this. New war on drugs. This is the concept of, and the 19 is the new war on drugs. Again, that's kind of the 19 new war on drugs. That's mainly that's, although it's definitely starting more and more, thankfully, to be in the progressive movement. It's Republicans at times won't support this because their attitude is punish, punish, punish. But libertarians don't believe that the law should be there to begin with. They believe that unless you really are harming someone else, in which case you're committing another kind of crime, you shouldn't be punished at all for it. And therefore, why not rehab? Progressives, it's a matter, and libertarian and Green Party members, and Democrats, it's a matter of overcrowding of prisons and rehab someone who's sick. But again, it's overall, and I do want to touch quickly on the concept of, though, and this is one last thing, it's not really involved too much in the concept of directly the articles, but I did want to discuss for you, because I think there has been someone, at least one person here for our Voice Party, that has described themselves as basically a progressive. And this is a political label thing. I revile it. I consider myself at heart an eco-libertarian, which is to say, some people would also call that an environmental libertarian. I believe that very strongly in the concept of individual liberties, very sustainable lifestyles. I've drifted away a little bit from the concept of thinking that that's practical. So I've drifted more towards the side of green, as, you know what, maybe first do the green thing in terms of full on, get that platform, and then step that out and phase in free markets to allow eco-libertarian positions and platform to actually work in this country. Because right now, because there are too many limiting laws that really clamp down on the privacy and the security of people and the individual liberties of people, the green will overcome that with more legislation, and so in the end, it's almost like two things contradicting one another in terms of overall allowing for more freedom. And so eventually my thing is they probably just cancel each other out, throw out both pieces of legislation, both the thing that impedes on liberties and then the thing that, at least for the most part, reverses that, and you'll get back to a more ordered way of things. But at the same time, I don't even know if anymore I fully identify with eco-libertarian, because I've seen, just as government is definitely corrupt, I've seen that charity organizations can be extremely corrupt as well, just as much so as government. And I acknowledge the fact that government has less weight by virtue of being larger and therefore, at least in theory, more efficient. So we need a balance. And that's why at this point, I say to people, if you want to identify my political affiliation, either hearty independent or free thinker. Because I have friends of all political tribes. I understand all the perspectives. Socialism is actually, in its perspective of equitable distribution of wealth and equal. It's again a matter, but it's basically government control via one step removed to everything, and that's where I have an issue. To me, I need a balance. Just as with my stream of religiosity, which is, and again, this is another problem that I have with labels, because they can really be misleading if you just hear one word. Even though I don't even fully adhere to this one, conservative, egalitarian, Jewish. Conservative doesn't mean like Christian conservative. It means that there are three parts of Judaism. Reform, well, there's Reconstructionist, which is absolutely even less doctrinally stringent than Reform. That's, I think, the newest stream. Then there's Reform, then there's Conservative in the middle, and then there's Orthodox/Ultra-Orthodox. Least to most doctrinally stringent. And I'm in the middle, conservative. And I'm egalitarian, women participating equally. I learned to read and write Hebrew. Not how to speak, but read and write, especially all the prayers. And I'm actually also a Saturday Sabbath observer, which most actually conservative Jews aren't. So I don't work in general on Saturday. Here and there I'll bend the concept of sunset, but that's right. And I keep kosher. And yes, my husband's Wiccan, and I keep kosher, and he does too, in effect. Okay, because he never leaves the home. Outside, I keep kosher style, because my attitude is, I will, just like politics, I won't impose. Okay, but at the same time, if a friend offers me shrimp cocktails at their home, I'm going to hope that this is the only time they're going to goof, because I'm going to have to say, next course, please. But again, I was taught my feminism mostly, actually, at synagogue. Okay? So men and women equal responsibilities, and that's why when it comes to equity for women, it is really a passion of mine, and it is really deep. It goes through my religious beliefs and everything. So I really do want to encourage folks, because to think beyond the political labels: Republican, Democrat, Socialist, Communist, Libertarian, Eco-Libertarian, Independent. Independent is so varied. It's that's one of the reasons I kind of use it at this point, because no one even claims to know what it means in terms of pigeonholing you. So I really, and that's one of the reasons that I really do look forward to working with this Our Voice Party more, because I don't, I've come to realize, and I've said this to many people, most political labels, Republican, Democrat, Socialist, Libertarian, they're used by people as expletives, as curse words, when they just want to hit on someone and say that they don't agree, that they hate them, or that they hate what they had to say. It might not have anything to do with politics anymore. Okay? It might just be that they think that the other person is being rude. And that's one of the reasons that I've, together with the fact that, to me, I've seen examples of all of them that have been completely corrupt, and yet they're dictated as proud whatever leader, proud conservative leader, proud libertarian leader, proud progressive leader, proud democratic leader. They're all completely corrupt. They've all been bought out. There's one or two of them in every single one of these that holds these labels and has been, put up on a pedestal saying they are it. There's at least one or two of all of them that are completely corrupt, that have been completely bought, that are completely wrong to lead this country, and that are completely wrong to be in the Senate, to be as a congressman, congressional representative, that are completely wrong to be a mayor. But they've been touted as the ultimate example of whatever that label is. And when it comes down to it, all of us want the same things. I've had rich and wonderful and long discussions with libertarians, with Green Party members. There's, yes, libertarians have been known to love going with me to my nearest CSA to get organic produce, okay, community supported agriculture project. Yes, progressives have been known to rail against government inefficiency, which is standardly a libertarian thing, but I've seen both. A lot of it. At heart, everyone wants to, have peace, have love, have decent things in their lives, and have a chance at either them, their kids, and or their grandkids, or in some cases their great-grandkids, have a decent future. Many of the basic underlying actions are the same. As I've discussed in terms of going through this platform, most of the baseline policy constructs are the same. They might go about it in little bits of different ways, but at the end of it all, they're the same guiding principles. But they have these overarching labels, which really need to be thrown out ASAP. And I will end this with my standard, which this term means to life. It's a lucky number, and it's often used and interchangeable with cheers. So, and I will actually do that with this. My one vice of soda. To you guys, a hearty l'chaim.